Hello, welcome back to, I believe this might be the third video in the series. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out back in editing. So last video, what we did is we verified, we did some input verification, making sure that the user is sending the right information. So now that we have validated the user, first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually check to see if the user already exists. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use await user.find1, and we're going to pass the email. Okay. Now, if there's a user, we're going to send a message. We're going to return an error. That's a 400 error that says user already exists. All right. If no user is found, which is what we want, we're going to do user is equal to a new user, and we're going to pass it rec.body. At this point, we verified that everything we need is in there, and we're just going to pass it rec.body. We can actually, let me show you. There are several ways we could do that. We could do first name like this. We could do last name like that, email and password. Okay. We can go ahead and do it like this as well, and do first like this. This is kind of a long-handed way to do it, but an even shorter way to do it is to just pass in the body. The reason we can do it like that is because you'll notice that these are the only fields that our user model is accepting. So whatever else is in there is not going to register. Okay. So rec.body. So now what we're going to do is we are going to play with the password. We're going to hash the password. Okay, so we're going to hash password before saving it to database. So we're going to create a salt. Y'all didn't see that. Salt, and it's going to await bcrypt .gen salt. Okay, and it's going to do 10 rounds. Anything less than that is not as safe. Anything more than that is just it's gonna take too long, and it's also gonna what's the word I'm looking for here? Clog your user CPU. You don't want that. 10 is great. So now we're going to actually, you know what? Let's call this, instead of user, let's call it new user instead. I like it like that. It makes more sense. Okay. So now we're going to say, we're gonna hash the password. We're gonna say new user that password is equal to password, and then we're going to pass it the salt. Now we can actually go in and save. We're going to say await new user.save. Wait, let's bring all of this up here. Otherwise, we'll get some errors. We're saving the user. We're not done, okay? What we could do right now is we can just send the new user. But that won't be the final end of it, because that would not be good, okay? Let's see. Let's go to register user right now and see what we got. Okay, so we've got first name. You see the password now is hashed. right? Okay. But when we're registering the user, I don't want to return this. All I want is to return the token. So let's work on that. And this is where good old JSON Web Token comes in. But first, let's create our payload. Payload is going to be a JSON object. So it's going to be user, and it's going to be ID. It's going to be new user underscore ID. Okay, we created a payload. JWT sign. Let's sign our token. It's going to be payload process. JWT secret. Gonna expire. Let's say 360,000 seconds. Let me see. Pull out my calculator. 60 seconds in 1 minute times 1 hour times 8 hours. Wait, 8 hours times 60 minutes times 60 seconds. Is that math right? How many hours? How many seconds? How many seconds in 1 hour? Okay, so times that by 8 hours. Okay, I was right. So we want this to expire every 8 hours. Now, we're going to check to see if there's an error. If there's an error, we're going to throw the error. If not, we're going to return the token. Okay, so let's see. I'm getting an error here. Expected, I believe, here. Okay, bingo. So I just had to close that parentheses here. So let's try to register. I believe since we already registered before, we got this, it's going to throw an error. It's going to throw this error right here. Where are we? It's going to throw this one. Let's test it out. Because we already registered the user. User already exists. So if we go to our, let's see, blog demo, user, let's delete this. By the way, this is MongoDB Compass. It's hooked up to my local database. Let's resend. Now we have a user. Still not, it should be sending me the token. Oh, right. Still have this. None of this is, it's not reaching this because I'm pretty much calling it quits here. Let's get rid of this one. Okay, let's go back and delete this user and try it again. Register, and here's our token. All right. So we're gonna stop this one right here. In the next video, we're going to make sure that we can log in, and then also get the profile for the user. All right. So see you in the next one.